Well, good morning. Thank you for being here today. Uh, I'm Richard Brodeur. I played for the Vancouver Canucks in the NHL for 8 years. Well, yeah, sometimes I used to be a king. I think I know a thing or two about teamwork, and it's no secret in sports or life. Teamwork is critical to you. Is the secret ingredient to making great things happen. And if you're lucky enough to have a team with a great leader, well, you got a winning combination. So when my good friend Linda Annis asked me, Linda, my friend, my dear friend, asked if I would introduce her this morning, I said, absolutely. I've known Linda for more than 25 years. And we've all heard the old saying, if you want to get something done, give it to the busy bee over there, the busiest person you know. That's Linda Annis. I have to admit that when she decided to run for city council 7 years ago, I was a bit surprised. I wonder if she knew what she was getting herself into. Politics can be a pretty rough sport, particularly these days with the toxic nature of a social media. But like so many people who have watched her over the past 7 years, well, it turns out Linda is a lot tougher than she looks. And her work ethic, her honesty, her community, and volunteer work, she's everywhere. And her willingness to help have always been at the core of who she is and how she does things. She's got a sense of humor, but it's never at someone else's expense. Sometimes at mine, though. That's okay. She's my friend. And she's got the spirit of volunteerism in her DNA, and she's not shy about standing up for what's right without being shrill. But she can also be tough as nails when she thinks something is wrong and needs fixing. But I never seen Linda back down when she believes in something, and she never does. She'll stand up and fight for it. She definitely knows the definition of elbows up. She also knows the value of teamwork, whether it's in life or at City Hall. Her value are exceptional. So my advice to each of you, for someone who knows Linda well, and who knows how much she cares about this community, is rally around her and work with her to make Surrey the best it can be in the years ahead. Take it from me, she won't let you down. And that's what's saying from coming from me, a goalie that needs everybody around him to win games and to make it good. And that's and she'll do everything single day with class, humor, hard work, and common sense. Well, that sounds to me like a winning combination, doesn't it? Please welcome my friend and Surrey First Councillor, Linda Annis.
Thank you so much, Richard. You're absolutely right about teamwork. And good morning, and thank you to you all for joining me today. 7 years ago, I was approached by the team at Surrey First to see if I had any interest in politics. Frankly, I hadn't given it much thought. But the more I thought about the opportunity and our city's future and what our city could accomplish, the more interested I became. I've lived in Surrey for more than 25 years, and the idea that I could give back to my community became really appealing. That was 2 elections ago. To say I was as green as grass back then would have been a complete political newbie would have been an understatement. Suddenly, I was swimming in the deep end of city politics. But you know, as time went on, I felt more and more comfortable. The more I did, the more I learned, the more people I met in our community, the deep end didn't feel so deep anymore. That's why I'm ready to ask the people of Surrey to let me work for them on the biggest issues of our city. Today, I'm announcing my candidacy for Mayor of Surrey in the 2026 election. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I know that that a council that works as a team can get so much more done than a council that's divided. I also know that a council that doesn't have a roadmap tends to lurch between issues with no real plan. I also know that Surrey families don't want to be sidelined by their mayor and council. They want to be heard, and frankly, they're tired of being ignored. In short, we all want to be a real part of our city's decision-making. With the help and support of Surrey voters and residents, I know we can build a better Surrey for all of us and for our families. Surrey is about to become the biggest city in our province. Geographically, our city is the size of Vancouver, Richmond, and Burnaby combined. In just 4 short years, we will have more residents than Vancouver. And Surrey will be the first city in our province to hit 1 million people. Right now, under Brenda Locke and her 4 councillors, we're not ready. In fact, we're not even close to being ready. The mayor and her councillors have wasted this 4-year term focusing on just one single issue, the police transition. They have wasted time and millions of dollars, and they put every other important issue on the back burner. The mayor and her councillors have shown us that they can't deal with more than one issue at a time, and this has frustrated me every single day. I want the police transition to be completed quickly, efficiently, and with a mayor and city council that will work as partners with our police department. Because there are few issues that are more important to Surrey residents than public safety. I hear that at every event and on every doorstep. Keeping Surrey safe has to be the single biggest priority for our Surrey Mayor and Council. So instead of picking fights with the provincial government or the police board or Surrey Police Service, City Council should be picking fights with gangs, extortionists, and drug dealers. This means working shoulder to shoulder with the men and women of our new police department. At the same time, I want to put the province to create a police training facility here in Surrey that serves the entire Lower Mainland. Because right now, the Justice Institute can't keep up with the number of new officers needed across the region. But I also want to get on with other big issues facing our future. Everything from transit and development to school portables, and the growing need for more art and culture programs, as well as more neighborhood pools, parks, and playing fields. Over the past 7 years, I've met thousands of Surrey residents. It's been an amazing opportunity to get to know our vibrant city and its incredible neighborhoods. And when I talk to our residents and our taxpayers, I know the sort of city they want and deserve. I want to work with each of you to build and create that city. That incredible future goes with it. Like you, I believe that Surrey's future is all about opportunities that are generated by great ideas. I want our city, and particularly City Hall, to be in the ideas business. The best ideas, the sort of ideas that change the status quo. Ideas that inspire all of us to do more and to be more as we become our province's biggest city. Ideas that roll out the red carpet rather than the red tape when it comes to growing our economic and business sector. Ideas that create an economy that emphasizes on our strengths in manufacturing, transportation, logistics and supply chains, agriculture and food processing, and the growing expertise of our city's construction sector. Because too many of us are still commuting long hours to work in nearby cities when we'd rather be working closer to home right here in Surrey. Ideas that build a 20-year plan that adds more pools, rinks, and playing fields to local neighborhoods. Ideas that incorporate light rail transit that complements SkyTrain and connects our growing neighborhoods. It's an idea whose time has come because SkyTrain does a tremendous job connecting cities along our routes. Light rail, though, is a way to go to connect our neighborhoods. The same light rail they use all across Europe and in places like Portland and Calgary. Ideas that make our City Hall and City Council more accessible, more transparent, more efficient, and more accountable to you, the people who elect us and send us to City Hall to get things done. And now that also includes a core review of our city programs, services, and finances. It also includes hiring an independent auditor general to ensure that we're getting value for money and that we're delivering the right programs and services efficiently. Our city budget is nearly $2 billion annually. I want to make sure every one of those taxpayer dollars is put to work efficiently and with complete transparency. On the flip side, one of the things we don't need is the current mayor's 10,000-seat arena, which will cost us more than $600 million. Instead, I want to focus on the immediate need for more local parks, pools, rinks, playing fields, and community centers for our neighborhoods. And once and for all, I want a plan for the development of the Cloverdale Fairgrounds that creates an entertainment and recreation hub, something that has taken far too long to complete. These ideas and more are just reinforce that City Hall and City Council need to be able to manage multiple priorities and it means getting more done quickly. And one of the ways to do this is to put our city councilors, our Surrey MLAs and MPs, to work for our city as a team. For instance, I want our city councilors to be given mandate letters that spell out their individual responsibilities and portfolios. The same sort of mandate letters that the provincial and federal government give to ministers. And I want our city to start flexing its considerable political muscle more often. I want Ottawa and Victoria on speed dial. I want them to know what our city priorities are and what we expect of our MLAs and MPs representing our community in Ottawa and Victoria. For instance, our 10 Surrey MLAs make up 10% of the BC legislature. That's a very powerful bloc. And every political party knows that you cannot form government without winning seats in Surrey. So I'm putting Victoria and Ottawa on notice. If I am the mayor of Surrey, you'll be hearing from me early and often. And I have a similar message for Metro Vancouver. As mayor of Surrey, I will be working to make major governance changes and demand a whole lot more transparency. That includes reducing the size of the Metro board and getting rid of meeting fees for board members. There is absolutely no way a Metro Vancouver mayor should earn more than the premier of the province. It also means an immediate and complete independent review of the North Shore wastewater treatment fiasco. There will be no hiding behind a court case that was years away. It will mean refocusing Metro back to its original mandate, sewer and water. Metro has lost the trust and confidence of taxpayers, and the only way to rebuild is with some major changes from top to bottom. So is it too early to announce to run for mayor? The short answer is no. People who know me or know my work know I take things pretty seriously. There's a lot to do to get our city ready for the future it wants and deserves. So I want to use this time to have some serious conversations with the Surrey voters and taxpayers. And while it takes time, particularly because we have to play catch up after this term where so little was done, the next election is all about getting Surrey ready to be BC's biggest city. It's about deciding what sort of a city we want Surrey to be. This is our chance, your chance, to build the future and community we deserve. A future that delivers for families, neighborhoods, and Surrey businesses. And I firmly believe that by putting Surrey families first, we'll put Surrey first. I've spent the past 7 years getting to know my community as a city councillor. I know what's on your mind, and I want you to know I'm on your side. Here in Surrey, we are definitely not afraid of the future. On the contrary, I believe we have people, the land, the resources, the talent, and the drive to take on the future and make it ours. All we need is a mayor and council with a can-do attitude, a big vision, a solid plan, and an uncompromising work ethic that puts Surrey first. Because together, we can do better. Thank you so much.